Back to today's video. Today we're going to take a look at a brand new video where I predict how Republicans could win, in theory, 400 electoral votes. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Now, this video will be pretty not very realistic, as I will be giving the Republican Party 400 electoral votes somehow. However, the Republicans winning the 2024 election has been looking increasingly likely, and I guess it's within the realm of possibility for the Republicans to win 400 electoral votes, about a 1 in 100 chance. So if Republicans would win 400 electoral votes, how would that happen? Now, I will not be considering margins in this video. First off, they will have to win their safe states. I don't think that's very surprising. Honestly, they will have to win the states that they would win by safe or likely margins. And these competitive states but lean Republican. These states add up to about 188 electoral votes for the Republicans. And then I need to add in all the competitive states that Donald Trump was able to win the 2020 election, which gives the Republicans 235 electoral votes. Now I have to give all the competitive states that Joe Biden won by lean or tilt margins into the Donald Trump column, or the Republican columns, which gives the GOP, I believe, 312 electoral votes. So from this point in time, I have to give 88 more electoral votes to the Republican Party. So how are they able to win these electoral votes? Now, first up, we need to take a look at the more competitive states in the 2020 election. If we go reset and go to size of lead, you can see that I have not characterized New Hampshire, Maine, and Minnesota yet, and those three states were all within 10 points for the Republicans. So those three states would be characterized as Republican, as well as that Nebraska's 2nd congressional district will also be considered Republican leaning, because that district went to Joe Biden by 7 percentage points. Now, if we look at a few states that were under 15% for the Democratic Party, these three states are arguably all trending Democratic. However, the trends may just not be enough, especially because one of those states went Republican in 2021. At least 2 of these states are trending Democratic heavily, and one state is maybe trending Democrat or maybe trending Republican. These 3 states are Colorado, New Mexico, which is arguably trending Democratic, and the state of Virginia. So these 3 states are the 3 states I'm talking about that are within striking distance for the Republican Party, but very unlikely for them to win in presidential elections, but still looking increasingly likely, especially the state of New Mexico and the state of Virginia. New Mexico only went to Biden by under 100,000 votes. That's thanks to the fact that the state only holds 5 electoral votes. But in this scenario, you have to go red. Virginia just went red in the governor's race, so I do not believe Democrats will have that easy of a chance of winning. I still think Democrats are going to win the state, but just not by the largest of all margins. Colorado is trending Democratic pretty heavily, as the state trended 8 points Democrat since 2016 to 2020 election. The state is very unlikely going to go red, but we're assuming the Republicans get 400 electoral votes, and that's how the Republicans could, in theory, win 400 electoral votes, winning those 3 states, putting them up at 357. Now we have to characterize a few states that, honestly, the Republicans are just not going to win. Washington, D.C. went to Biden by over 90 points. So if that's going red, there's something really wrong. Maryland is also one of the most Democratic states in the nation, so I do not expect that state to go red even in this scenario. Massachusetts and Vermont, both very progressive socialist states. Although these 2 states both currently have Republican governors, one will not be seeking re-election in the state of Massachusetts, and Vermont. Both of those states are very progressive, and I do not believe a Republican will be able to win, as you see on this map here. Both of those states went to the Democrats by 33 and 35 points respectively. However, going to the state and the state of Hawaii as well, that the state of California, Hawaii being a very progressive state, and California just being a state that Biden won by 30 percentage points. Now let's go to states that GOP could consider winning. If we look at map.jacksonjude.com, I don't actually have that open, so I'm going to type the URL in. Okay, so it's map.jacksonjude.com. As you can see in the presidential election results, I will be characterizing the likely states for the Democratic Party as the states that will go red. As you can see, the states of Oregon, Connecticut, New Jersey, and Delaware were likely for Hillary Clinton. And all those states were under 15 points for Hillary Clinton, especially Oregon and Delaware close to being in the single digits. So we're going to be getting those to the Republican Party, which does indeed make the Republicans at 389, 1 or 2 states away. I think that also makes Maine's 1st district as a likely Republican district. As you can see, Hillary Clinton only won the district by 15 points. However, Biden did win the district by 23 points. If we go to Rhode Island, that state was barely safe in the 2016 election, so that state's going red. What's the final state that's going to go red? Well, New York's probably staying blue with the Democrats. But Washington and Illinois has basically the same Democratic and Republican populations. As of right now, I would say Illinois goes red because, honestly, Washington is more progressive, and I think that Seattle area is probably going to have the Democrats, while Illinois is just losing Democratic population. So as you can see here, 413 electoral votes for the Republicans, 125 for the Democrats. Again, this is not my prediction, so if someone sends this on Twitter, then, well, this is not my prediction, but yeah, this is what will happen if the GOP was to win 400 electoral votes. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Bye. And be sure to like and subscribe. I almost forgot that.